Usually the most British as a yeah, she's the only one.
Can I ask you to do a favor?
Yeah.
Can you reach in there and grab the GoPro and back? See, you're much more flexible and
nimble
than I am.
Phil!
Never mind, I think we just ran out of time. We were going to get a microphone out so he could contact Morris. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah, charity event. Did you just get here?
Last night. Yeah. Take days off like the first three. I work in
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Houston Fieldhouse for tonight's women's hockey game between the Big Green of Dartmouth and your RPI Engineers.
Come on, Phil.
Let's meet the starters of both clubs. First for Dartmouth, off forward from Stowe, Vermont, number 12, senior captain Mackenzie St. Anne. Off forward from Orleans, Ontario, number 11, sophomore Alyssa Baker. Off forward from Park Ridge, Illinois, number 22, sophomore Kate Lander. Defenseman from Toronto, Ontario, number 24, senior Emma Ford. A defenseman from Glastonbury, Connecticut, number 9, senior Lenny Tamato. And in forward tonight for the Big Green from Slave Lake, Alberta, number 30, senior Robin Shunego. And the rest of the Big Green of Dartmouth. The head coach in her first season is Laura Schuler. The assistant coach is Chris Collins and Courtney Shearer. Now, introducing the starters for your RPI Engineers. Off forward, number 15, senior captain Laura Harwood. Off forward from Buffalo, Minnesota, number 21, senior Katie Rudy. Off forward from Cary, North Carolina, number 26, senior captain Lindsay Hilwa. A defenseman from Troy, Michigan, number 25, junior Whitney Red. A defenseman from Minnetonka, Minnesota, number 17, senior Hannah Gehonick. And in goal for the Engineers from Sollentuna, Sweden, number 35, sophomore Lovisa Selander. And the rest of the RPI Engineers. The head coach of the Engineers in his 14th season is John Martin. The assistant coaches are Christy Cicero and Jake Anderson. Ladies and gentlemen, we ask that you please rise for the playing of the national anthems of Canada and the United States by the RPI Pep Band.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the Houston Fieldhouse for tonight's ECAC hockey matchup, and it's a big one. The Dartmouth College Big Green and the Engineers of RPI. Per Lascaris here on RPI TV, bringing you all the action from the Houston Fieldhouse. In Troy, New York, it's the Big Green at 3-19-0 overall, 3-15-0 in ECAC hockey play. The Engineers 9-19-2, 6-11-1 in the league. And RPI can clinch a spot in the 8-team playoffs grouping if they're able to sweep this weekend. And it won't be as easy a task as it may look on paper. The Engineers fell to this Dartmouth team 2-1 in overtime back on January 14th. And they beat tomorrow afternoon's opponent 3-1 Harvard, but the Crimson have been playing better as of late. We are underway here from the Houston Fieldhouse as Dartmouth wearing their forest green with the white trim. RPI in their home whites with black and red. As the Puck is moved towards the blue line and out to center ice by Kate Landers for Dartmouth. Stolen away by one of the co-captains, Lindsay Hilwad. Chipped out to center by Whitney Wren. Engineers without one of their top defensemen, Josephine Hansen, playing with the Danish national team. So they'll have to make do with the 6 defensemen that they have. They've been playing with 7 defensemen for a good portion of the second half of the year, as Lovisa Solander is going to claim that loose puck and cover it up. 19-17 on the clock, first period. Your defensive pairings look like this: Whitney Wren and Hannah Bohonic, Amanda Kimmerly and Kirsten Iwanski, Kendra Ferroli, and Katarina Sepper. That is 3 defensemen, 2 juniors and a senior on the blue line for RPI. It's poked free and moved out to center by a freshman in Megan Hayes out of Hartford, Vermont. She'll chip it in. Battle for the puck behind the goal. Naranya up the near wall for Christina Romboat. Played back into the RPI zone, but not enough on it for icing. Iwanski will play it across. Kimberly fanned on her first attempt up ice, then threw it too far in front of junior Shayna Tomlinson. Caroline Shaughnessy up the near boards and all the way down. They wave off the icing. Iwanski picks it up there. Freshman from Marquette, Michigan, a goal and 3 assists on the year. Now Tomlinson skates up ice, 2-on-2 with Hayes. She'll take a long shot from the wall. It's held onto by Robin Shimego. Senior from Slave Lake, Alberta, comes in with a 4-15-0 overall record. 249 goals against, 927 save percentage. She's made a lot of saves this year, and you can tell that number up near 930. For RPI at the other end, Lovisa Solander, playing in her 29th game. She's 9-17-2. As off the draw, the Engineers have it along the boards. Katie Rooney, senior out of Buffalo, Minnesota. Shot comes, it was blocked, into the corner. Oroz taps it on further. That's Blake Oroz, freshman for RPI. Out of Chase Mills, New York. Now a long shot and a blocker save. Didn't look like Shimego saw it right away. She's able to make the stop anyway. Now battling for it, Rooney can't. Gloved down by Shaughnessy, worked towards the blue line, knocked down by the skate of Bohonic. Trying to feed it down low was Oroz. That was intercepted and cleared out of the zone. All the way down it goes. Does this have the legs for icing? Yes, it does. We have a stoppage. Shots 2-0 RPI early on, 17:52 to go first period. No score, however, between the Big Green and Engineers. Mentioned in that game earlier this year, Laura Horwood scored the only goal for RPI. She got the scoring started 50 seconds into the first period. Cecilia Lopez tied it up at 1 early in the second before Kennedy Ottenbright won it in overtime for Dartmouth. Engineers looking to exact revenge here in a big game. Those points on the line. 2 tonight, of course, 2 tomorrow against Harvard. It's the Crimson who are the ones who are chasing the Engineers for that number 8 spot in the ECAC hockey standings. Sepper through the neutral ice area. Carried on by Tremblay. Stopped by Shimego. Sticks it away after making the initial stop, and it's moved out to center ice. Here comes Dartmouth. Sydney Hill in. Shot goes way wide. Carams around for Grigsby. Jamie Grigsby back behind the goal. Her pass hit the referee. It'll be controlled there by Laura Horwood. That's hitting Paul Masajewski as it's chipped in for RPI. Other referee, Peter Meany. The linesmen are Matt Luther and Evan Knox. For tonight's game, Iwanski across. Here's Kimberly through the middle. Kicked along by Hilwa. She'll play it into the zone. Shimego leaves it there. Emma Corbs up the wall, now carried on further. A little toe drag onto her backhand was Romboat. But the freshman from Rothesay, New Brunswick, couldn't quite corral it on the other side. And now Schwalbe. Played along further and in deep. Shimego out of her net. Kept in at the point, and no. They'll say that McKenna Thomas brought that one in from an offside position. Just across the blue line. 16:11 on the clock, first period. Not much going so far. Engineers have a few shots from distance. 3 to be exact. Nothing on goal yet. The other way on Solander. And right off the draw, their Engineers are into the zone. Tomlinson's double teamed. Continues to battle for the puck. It's loose and picked up. Rose Falzone into the RPI end. Ferroli tips it up the wall. Rolling puck gathered there. That's Falzone again. Shot to the far wall. Tipped out to center. It'll be tracked down here by Caroline Shaughnessy, sophomore from Duxbury, Mass. Stops behind her own goal. Uses the far boards. Too far for everybody. Bohonic picks it up there. Senior from Minnetonka, Minnesota, playing in her 126th game for the Engineers, having a career season offensively with 9 points, including 5 goals. Carried in now. This is Turner. Shot around. Picked up by Sepper for a moment. She'll go back behind the goal to pick it up. Left off the end boards for Wren. Touch pass off the wall, where Apache gets it as far as center ice, where it's regathered by Morgan Turner, the junior from Chicago. Played back into the RPI zone. Hill, another freshman for Dartmouth. 1 point in 24 games for Hill. She's back on it here. Looking to cycle. Here's Turner. Oros intercepts, can't clear the zone, just barely kept in there by Tabano. And now we get a whistle and a puck played with a high stick. 14:37 on the clock. First period, no score. We'll keep an eye on other games going on around ECAC hockey. Here's Horwood off the defensive zone, face-off win. Senior from Belleville, Ontario, moving into the offensive zone. She's been the lone bright spot as of late for RPI points production-wise. She leads the team with 17. And they're going to need her and the rest of the Engineers to step up in these 2 big games here on the weekend. Regular season ends next week and a couple of tough opponents in Princeton and Quinnipiac, a couple of ranked teams. Here's Horwood walking in, shot hit the back of the defender. Naranja, rather. Now Horwood dueling in the corner with Naranja. Chipped out to center, knocked down by Bohonic, but carried on further. Lopez will just dump it in and go off in a change. Kendra Ferroli picks it up for RPI. Playing her 20th game, freshman from Irvine, California. Up ahead for Taylor Schwalbe. She took a nasty spill a couple weeks ago here at the Fieldhouse. Great to see her back on her skates and play again for the Engineers. The sophomore from Anchorage, Alaska. And now a shot coming, gloved by Solander, but not held. Swept out of danger by Whitney Wren. And here comes Wren, junior out of Troy, Michigan. Stick handling through center, still on the puck. She'll chip it in and chase after it herself. First one, too, it's going to be Emma Corbs. And out of the scrum comes Tabano to center ice. Broken up on the try by the Landers. Schwalbe over to pick it up. Plays it back behind. Here's Katarina Sepper, freshman from Lakeville, Minnesota. Playing in her 18th game for the Engineers, looking for her first collegiate point, as it'll be swept in by Schwalbe. Bailey Brecky, freshman from Oxford, Ohio. Work to the near corner. Towards the point, kept in by Kimberly. Down low it goes. Trying to throw it out in front was Tomlinson. That's intercepted by Turner. And now Hill moves it out for Turner. That's broken up for a moment. And here is Brecky now. Into the RPI zone all by herself. This is Turner takes a shot from a tight angle. And Solander made the save. Now it's lobbed high in the air. It'll come down right the center ice circle. Kicked at by Turner. Corralled by McKenna Thomas. The sophomore out of Heartland, Wisconsin, with 12 points on the year, 8 goals for her. Tops on the club. Center ice now. Sabrina Hewitt, whose older brother, Josh, plays for the RPI ACHA team. Now Rooney moving her way, and looks like she's being hooked there. We play on, still loose in the circle. And Dartmouth might have gotten away with one there as Katie Rooney was on her way towards the net. Looked like she was kind of skating through quicksand there. Helped out by one of the Dartmouth defenders. Here's Bracken. Cross ice feed intercepted by Oros, but Sabrina Rapace was just offside. And we get a stoppage in play. 11:20 on the clock, first period, no score. 3-2 are the shots in favor of the homestanding Engineers. Face-off won by Dartmouth, but stolen away by Grigsby. Puck hopped over her blade, and she couldn't corral. Horwood trying to keep it alive in the offensive zone, shot back out, fed right back in by Wren. Engineers will touch up and go back in on the chase. Behind the net, Tabano. This is Alyssa Baker, sophomore from Orleans, Ontario, to center. Taken over by the Engineers. It's ran across for Sepper. Lobbing it near side, had some room for Grigsby, but that pass skipped over her stick again. And now Tabano. Off the wall for Landers. Engineers providing a little bit of forecheck pressure here, making it tougher for Dartmouth as they'll try the far side of the ice. Here's St. Ange through center. Stolen away there. It was just tipped along, and now good timing. Oh, just barely offside was Thomas. I thought she timed it well, moving her way into the zone, but no. It was an indirect pass off the wall from Kimberly. And if that worked out, it would have been a break into the zone for Thomas. But as is the case, the faceoff will come just outside the RPI zone on the offside whistle. Kimberly, junior out of Anoka, Minnesota. Moving it across for Tomlinson. Too far for her. Now back to pick it up, Iwanski. Kimberly on for Hayes. Bouncing puck at the Dartmouth line. Brecky throws it high off the wall. Back out to center ice. Or it's gathered by Iwanski. Nearly had her pocket picked. As battling for it there was Devin Moyer. Moyer back to the point for Shaughnessy. Wrist shot coming. That one hits the post and goes out. Engineers catch a break there. Shaughnessy just threw it at the net, and it hit the inside of the right post and out. Not a lot on this shot. Not sure if Slander couldn't have seen it cleanly. She didn't react. Feroli. Up the wall, intercepted. Ottenbright. Slap shot coming. Save made by Solander this time. She saw that one well. Still in the attack, though. Lopez. She takes a tight angle shot saved by Solander. Thrown out in front, kicked at by Marissa Raspa. And then pinching up the wall was Noronha. There's a collision along the near boards. Romboat and Hilwa finally moved out to center. Noronha. And now Baker. Handoff for Bracken. The defenseman will move into the attack. 8:45 to go in the first period. No score, RPI and Dartmouth from the Houston Fieldhouse. Schwalbe works it to center for Rapace, who's all by herself. She'll cross center and dump it in. Eleni Tabano, senior from Glastonbury, Connecticut, will shoot it up the far boards. Played in by Mackenzie St. Ange. Behind the goal, it's Baker. And stolen away by Rapace. Engineers have numbers if they want to skate here. 3-on-2, although Rapace was at the end of a shift. She'll just dump it in. Puck deadens in the far corner. It'll be shot to center ice by St. Ange. A little too hot to handle. Played up the wall by Kimberly. Trying to knock it out of the air was Oros, and that'll be carried on further by Horwood. Tried a little toe drag. Couldn't get around Hill. And it'll be stick-handled free by Landers. Center ice, pass behind the intended target, Moyer. The Big Green will just dump it in. Iwanski up the boards. Tremblay. That was touched across the line. She was trying to move it out to center. And it was Noronha who played it after it had already left the zone with teammates in the zone. That'll draw the whistle for offside. 7:43 on the clock. In the first defensive zone, or excuse me, neutral zone face-off win. Here's Feroli. Backhand in deep. Bracken back to pick it up. Off the glass to the far point. Now out to center. Chance for a 2-on-1. Although both Dartmouth skaters go to the far side of the ice. making it a little bit easier for the Engineers to defend. The shot comes easily sticked away by Solander. Ottenbright. Tremblay up the wall and in deep. Gathered by Bracken. Tense Bracken across for Naranja. Had to deal with some snow in front of the Dartmouth bench, allowing the Engineers to gather for a moment, but it's right back to Bracken. High off the glass in front of the penalty box. Gathered by Kimmerly, and now here's Hayes. Hayes lobbing and through the middle. Dangerous pass, but the Engineers pick it up again. Drop pass to the point. Fanning on the wrister was Wren. She's the only one who knew where it was for the moment. Goes back and finds Kimmerly, who shoots it in off a body. Bracken played far side. Naranja to center. Knocked out of the air by Wren. Played by Thomas. Collision it. Center ice. This is going to be an interference. It's going to go on Baker. Didn't know much of it, but it will be a power play here for RPI with 6:24 to go in the first period. Shots are 5-3 Dartmouth now, so after the Engineers had the first 3 attempts of the game, it's been 5-0 in favor of the visitors, but now an opportunity here for RPI on the man advantage. Engineers power play on the season comes in at exactly 14%, 19 for 136. Dartmouth's penalty kill, 86% on the season, 86 out of 100 killed. It's a pretty good number, especially for a team struggling like Dartmouth has. And right off the bat, they win the face-off and play it out to center. Wren trying to fight for it there, swatted on by Turner. Shot in by Oroz. Shimego leaves it at the side of the net, played around behind by Tabano. Race for the puck, played up the boards, trying to keep it in there was Rapace. Put it right in the tape of St. Ange, and she'll skate to center before dumping it in. A little over 30 seconds gone in the first power play of the game for either team. We are scoreless. Well, under 6 to go in the first period. Sabrina Rapace played it into the zone. Bracken trying to duel for it there. Lifting the stick was Oroz. They jam it up behind the goal now. Schwalbe trying to work it out in front. Trying to catch Shimego by surprise. Couldn't. And it's wrapped off the glass. Clearing effort far side. Can Rapace keep it in? Yes. Played up the wall. Trying to glove it down there was Grigsby, and she does a nice job doing so. Wrister way high as that puck maybe came up on edge for her. And now Oroz looks to cycle. Clearing effort again off the board. Spinning puck gathered by Rapace. Shot comes. That goes wide. Oroz at the half wall. She's pinned up. 2 Dartmouth skaters there. Kept in by Kimmerly. Rapace walking in. Grigsby, 30 seconds to go in the power play. RPI changes a couple on the man advantage. Thrown in front. It was tipped by a Dartmouth stick. Now Shimego playing without her stick as it's behind the net. Now she has a player's stick. It was handed off by Bracken. Kimmerly fed off a leg. Shot coming. Save. Rebound loose, and it's put wide. Rooney now. 8 seconds to go in the power play. Horwood into the middle. A shot. No, she fanned on it. Rebound pushed out of the zone. Shimego trying to give the stick back. It was Naranja. And gives it right back to her. She says, your stick's still behind the goal, and we're still playing. Now we get a whistle and a chance for Robin Shimego to go get her goaltending stick. Good awareness all the way around. Engineers 0 for 1 on the power play. 4:15 left in the first period. No score with the Dartmouth College Big Green. Face off one by Dartmouth. Corbs behind. Tabano. Broken up by Thomas. Raspa had a crack at it, but it was bouncing. It'll be moved out to center. Here's Baker. On for Landers. Kate Landers in the corner. She's wrapped up by Iwanski. Another Dartmouth skater goes down. That was Baker. And coming away with it. Long stretch pass there from Hilwa. That's broken up at center ice. Turned right back in by Baker. Landers trying to center, hit the skate of Iwanski. Baker pinching up the wall now. Tabano joining the play. Tabano back towards the point, plays it across. One timer was mostly fanned on by Corbs. Works as a dump in though. And she gets it right back. Shot hit the shin pad of Raspa, and she controls on her own. Marissa Raspa, junior, out of Downingtown, Pennsylvania. Works it up the near wall, and the Engineers shoot it in. They'll complete a change. Shamago. Far side, kept in by Horwood. And the failed clearing attempt. Another try, bottled up by Tremblay. And stolen away, here's Horwood. Drop pass Grigsby. Wrist shot coming, blocker save by Shamago. Here's Hill. Trying to work it up the wall. Shot back into the skates of Grigsby, and back into the zone come the Engineers. Grigsby, drop pass Horwood. Walking right in, and a blocker save. Grigsby again. Across for Horwood, intercepted by Bracken. And she'll skate it herself to center. Now Turner. Back to Bracken, that's broken up. Horwood on for Tremblay. Engineers will change its forward grouping as Shamago leaves it behind. With speed from behind her own goal was Naranja. And the Big Green end up dumping it in from their own side of center. That'll be an icing. 2:12 left in the first. Shots in this one are 6-5 Engineers. As we'll draw things up, shot comes, blocked easily by Bracken. Kept in by Kimberly. Swatted behind the goal. Rooney. Stick handling there, trying to center. Backdoor play, and Oros had it partially deflected, or she would have had an easy tap in. Now a shot by Rapace is a little change-up, little fluttering shot from the top of the circle. Shamago holds. And we've got another stoppage, but the Engineers are buzzing here. Ever since that power play, they've been in the offensive zone. Looking to try and break this scoreless deadlock we have with 1:50 to go in the first period. Tomlinson on the draw. It's won by Kennedy Ottenbright. She was the hero last time these two teams met. Scoring the overtime winner. Puck behind the RPI goal. Centering pass comes through. Corbs across. Tabano, a shot through traffic, and they score through a screen. It might have been tipped by Lopez. I'm sure they'll look at it, but as it stands, it's a 1-0 Dartmouth lead. Tabano took the shot from the blue line. Lopez was providing a screen, may have gotten a piece of it in the end. If it's Tabano's, it's her 5th of the year. But if Lopez touched it, it'd be her 3rd of the season and 2nd coming against these Engineers. She also scored in the previous meeting between these two teams. Another big goal for Dartmouth, who had struggled to score just 3 goals, in their last 7 games. And now we're going to whistle here in a body checking call, I believe, as they go on the Engineers. Insult to injury. I think they're going to get Bohonic. Body checking on Hannah Bohonic here with 1:25 to go in the first. So already down a goal. The Engineers will have to go on the kill for the first time.
Number 17, Hannah Bohonic. 2 minutes for body check. Time of the penalty, 18 minutes and 35.
Dartmouth power play just 10.7%. 8 out of 75. The Engineers on the kill are at 81.1. 103 out of 127 penalties extinguished. Shot to the near side. Horwood out to center. Chance for Tomlinson, shorthanded. 1-on-1 with Bracken. She'll try and drive behind the goal. And now look to waste some time with the puck up against the wall. Horwood now with her. Engineers still shorthanded. It's Tomlinson looping it up off the glass. Horwood doing her best to waste some time, but now skated along by Romboat. Romboat right in. Pad save. Rebound put wide. What a chance for Morgan Turner. Could not steer the backhander on net. As Romboat just flew into the offensive zone from neutral ice. Passed everybody and turned it to a 2-on-1. Shot low, pad side. Low far pad, just like you're taught. And there's another shot and a save, but the rebound could not be steered home. If Turner's left-handed there, it's an easy tap in, but she's on her backhand and couldn't quite steer it on goal. Now Bracken Hands it off here to Bono. Fed across, poked in front over the top from Ottenbright. 16 seconds to go in the period. Engineers desperately waiting this horn. Tabano in, backdoor play, no, skipped all the way through to Ottenbright. 7 seconds to go in the period. Rombout to the point. One-timer wide into the corner with one. One more chance, maybe no. They lose track a bit of time there. Would have been a tough shot from the corner anyway. And we get the end of the first period. Engineers had plenty of play in the offensive zone, but couldn't quite steer one past Robin Shimego. And it was Dartmouth who did get on the board. Right now, they're saying it's Eleni Tabano's goal. We'll see if that changes between periods. We'll give you updates on any scoring, including added assists. Your score, once again, after one is Dartmouth 1, RPI nothing. You're watching RPI Women's Hockey on RPI TV.
The Dartmouth goal scored by number 9, Eleni Tabano. Dartmouth penalty, Dartmouth goal scored by number 9, Eleni Tabano. Assisted by number 13, Cecilia Lopez, and number 24, Emma Cordes. Time of the goal, 18 minutes and 28 seconds. Dartmouth goal scored by number 9, Eleni Tabano. Assisted by number 13, Cecilia Lopez, number 24, Emma Cordes, at 18:28. St. Ben's now put your Dunkin' Donuts mobile app and presented at the Houston Fieldhouse discount on tickets to upcoming Engineer home games. The Dunkin' Donuts mobile app is your gateway to Dunkin' Donuts perks, where you can earn rewards and points on purchases. Dunkin' Donuts is proud to be the official coffee of RPI Hockey and RPI Athletics. Your engineers run on Dunkin'. Don't forget to visit the official online store for Rensselaer Polytechnic Institute Athletics at rpifanshop.com.
cutting everything down just so we don't run out of ink. Okay.
Yeah, I don't know how cold that other one was.
Yeah, it doesn't seem full. It looks like it replaced it, so it can't be that great. Underway here in the second period. RPI and Dartmouth joining me for the duration. Tyler Hutchinson. Hutch, thanks for coming on.
Oh, thanks for having me again. It's great to be here.
Absolutely. RPI finds itself down a goal, 1-0. Both teams with power play chances in that first period. And Dartmouth still has 13 seconds left on it, as RPI was able to shoot it down. I'd like to thank all of you joining us here on RPI TV this evening. Here's Romboat into the zone. Turner, a shot that was blocked by Wren. It's between her legs, can't find it. Out of the box, Engineers killed off. Oros onto the ice. Hot and bright behind the net. Left behind the cage. This is Tabano, the defenseman. She'll carry it all the way back to the point, hand it off for Bracken. Power play's over, but still on the attack are the Big Green, and a giveaway at the blue line. Shot on goal and a save by Solander. Dartmouth playing like the team currently trying to make the playoffs. RPI needs to pick things up a bit. Oros will shoot it in. Whacked on further by Corbs. Off the glass towards center ice. Ferroli couldn't keep it in, but good awareness by Hayes to skate it down behind her own goal. Megan Hayes leaves it there. Battle for the puck, comes free. Bohonic now. On to center, stolen away. St. Ange, she'll shoot it back in. Kendra Ferroli now for RPI, will try to work it out far side. To the skates of Hayes, on for Tomlinson. And she'll dump it in. Finally a chance to relieve some of the pressure. Engineers get a change. Kimberly. Iwanski. She'll ring it in. Shemego behind her own goal, stops it there. Shaughnessy. Poked on further. Good back check by Rapace. She steals it away and skates right back the other direction. Sabrina Rapace in, and she snaps a shot high. Rooney now. Picked up a goal last time out against Cornell, as that one's towards the net. Chopping at it was Thomas, but Robin Shemego covers up, and Hutch, RPI down a goal, but still plenty of time left in what you could consider a must-win game here for RPI.
Definitely a must-win. I mean, standing above Dartmouth here in the ECAC, this is definitely not a game that they can afford to lose right now.
Not right now. Not with just the 3 games left after tonight, including a big one tomorrow against Harvard. Puck towards the blue line and out to center. Sepper chips it along. Played to the far side. Corbs gets it just past the stick of Hilwa, and now Wren with it. Rooney tries to shovel it further, does get it to the zone, but it's rolling back the other way as it's cleared out by Corbs. No icing here. Shots are even at 9 apiece, but Dartmouth with a late first period goal has the lead. And the longer this one stays this way, the tougher it is going to be for RPI to find that equalizing goal, you have to imagine. Grip the stick a little tighter. Turner hands it off. Shot coming. Good block by Ferroli. Trying to stick hit, a lot of danger. Bohonic tried to give up the wall, but it's broken up. Shot hit a leg. Hit Hilwa. Now back come the Engineers. Taylor Schwalbe for RPI. Former Shattuck St. Mary skater, 8 points on the year. High off the glass, knocked down at center by Horwood. Nifty pass along for Tremblay. Top of the circle, fed on through, trying to find Horwood. She'll pick it up on the other side. To the slot, Grigsby had a chance, took her eye off the puck, but they can't clear. Horwood again. Good find on the back door, and Grigsby couldn't pull the trigger. This line has been playing well. They're listed at the top of the line sheet for a reason. And Tremblay has found her way all the way to that spot from her strong play the last few weekends. Here's Iwanski. But good depth here when the Engineers are healthy. Drawing a trip was Laura Horwood. And the Engineers are going on the power play for the second time, and Hutch a chance. Try and tie this one up. They had one power play chance so far, and the Engineers are 0 for 1.
0 for 1 on the night. Well, let's see if they can make something happen here with this power play opportunity.
Penalty.
An opportunity here as the RPI men are getting it underway in about 10 minutes or so. But a chance here for the women try and tie things up. Tabano up the near wall. Can Kimberly keep it in? Yes, great play to hold the blue line. Another chance to clear off the glass. This time it's out to center. Kimberly will take control of it there. Quickly back into the zone. Rooney, she's bottled up by Tabano. Tomlinson across. Horwood pulling it back. Still Horwood. Spins up the wall. Here's Rooney. Now a centering pass. One-time try from Bohanek, who had crept in from the far point, but didn't quite catch it cleanly. She gathers this one in her skates, and now here's Kimberly. Minute 15 to go on RPI's second power play. Down a goal. Horwood holding. Across for Bohanek. Bohanek turning, working it down low. Tried to give and go from Tomlinson, and that was rejected right back to Tomlinson behind the net. She'll try the near side for Rooney. Rooney trying to work it off the wall. Cleared down, however, by Romboat. And a chance for Dartmouth to change all 4 penalty killers as Bohanek will start things out from behind the goal. 45 seconds to go on the power play. Moving in, it's Grigsby. As they tie it up right inside the Dartmouth zone. Now some space on the far side. Wren in. Shot coming that goes wide. Grigsby once more. Off for Schwalbe. 20 seconds on the man advantage. Schwalbe down low. Grigsby turning and shooting, hit a leg. It'll be worked out shorthanded by Turner. Morgan Turner trying to push it around Rapace. She'll all but run out the end of this power play. Slapping her stick on the ice to let her teammates know was Solander. As RPI 0 for 2 on the man advantage as Thomas pushes it as far as the Dartmouth blue line, where Shaughnessy is waiting to lob it right back into the RPI zone. St. Ange to the point. Shaughnessy. That one hit something on the way through. Probably a skate, goes behind the net. Indirect pass off the wall from Falzone. Down low, one-time try, and it was Baker. Don't think it was headed on net, but Slander made a nifty grab on the glove.
Yeah, I think that one shot there that didn't get clean through, I think that was a block by Megan Hayes, a freshman for the Engineers. Who has a lot of potential just the way she plays. She skates fast, skates hard. A young player with a lot of potential here.
We have a draw in the RPI zone. Pushed on by Raspa, helped out to center by Hilwa. Had Hayes breaking there, but it's turned right back around. Shot coming, high save by Solander, didn't corral. It'll be Hill at the near point, and now back out to center ice is Tabano. Second period, 7 minutes old. No scoring thus far here in the frame. Raspa to a knee, works it out to center, pass a bit behind Hayes. She'll play it on further for Hilwa. She'll try to poke it around Tabano, ends up putting it on goal, and Robin Shimego will have to hold on to it there.
So Raspa go down there right by the Engineers bench. She kind of got tangled up there. Don't really know how she went down, but kind of missed it on the back of the play there. But we'll get some fresh legs out here on the ice for Dartmouth.
Important, though, to try and pull things a little bit closer here for RPI. Try to tie this one up before we hit the third period. It'll relieve some of the pressure.
You're absolutely right, Perry.
Face off.
Here we are, underway.
Here we are. Shot around, here's Grigsby. Trying to force it out of the zone. Kicks it to neutral ice. Picked up by Romboat. Romboat in, nice move. Back to the point. Bracken. Dartmouth is on the power play here. Must have missed it. Back up top, Bracken. Ottenbright. Second power play chance here for Dartmouth. I'll try to figure out what that penalty was. It was off rambling about something, I'm sure. Steered wide of goal. It's a slash on Hilwa. Don't know how I missed it. Ottenbright trying to turn and shoot. Intercepted and cleared by Horwood. Did you see the slash?
I did not see the slash. I completely missed it. I was babbling myself.
I was, we both were somehow both talking and not paying attention. Hillwall off for slashing. Another minute to go on the power play for Dartmouth. Their second. Good steal by Tomlinson, shorthanded. Has Thomas breaking. Tomlinson in, tipped over the top of the net by Thomas. She knocked it right out of the air. There's a good bit of hand-eye coordination from Thomas. That one leaves the zone. Thomas needs to touch up. Thomas was looking for that look-ahead pass from Thomas that never came. It turned into kind of a centering feed, and Thomas did her best. Knocked the puck out of the air, but over the crossbar. Thomas again. Backhands it on. Shot coming from a tight angle. Saved by Shimego on Rapace. Engineers were the better of the scoring chances here on this Dartmouth power play. St. Ange. Into the zone. Down low it goes. Helped up the wall by Bohonic and cleared down by Marissa Raspa. Shimego stops it behind her own goal. 5 seconds on the man advantage as Dartmouth will move it up ice. Tipped into the offensive end. Here's Lopez. Around the net. Raspa. Engineers back to even strength. Kimberly taking matters into her own hands here. Tries to feed it across for Oros. It was broken up. Puck goes in deep anyway. Shot around for Corbs. Now center ice. Romboat. Trying to work her way in on Kimberly. Still a Romboat as Iwanski was battling with Lopez in front. Now a jam try and a save by Solander. Has it pinned up against that post. Even she lost sight of the puck. As Romboat has proven tonight to be very elusive. That time she worked herself free and had a tight angle shot.
Well, let's just take a, before excellent save. I don't know if you saw it the whole way, but let's go back to that power play. I mean, RPI was on the attack most of that power play. I mean, was that the spark they needed, maybe to get their heads back in the game and start playing some solid offense?
Well, it was one of those things you have to imagine that not only do you kill it off, but you do generate your own chances. It has to help out in that regard. A lot of times you'll see penalty kills turn the tide momentum-wise, and all the more if you can create scoring chances. As Hayes goes hard into the end boards, but she's back on her feet. And it's a wraparound try from Thomas, threw it in front. Bohonic tried to jump the play, but out to center comes Dartmouth. Cross-ice feed, they're just onside. If barely, we play on. And now a loose puck will be gathered by Tomlinson, and she wants to skate with it. Has Hayes with her. Thomas peels off to the bench. Engineers will attack with two. And the reinforcements coming. Sepper pinching there to keep the play alive. Good gather by Rooney. Rooney stick handling to the front of the net. Throws it on goal. Not a lot of steam on it. And she was impeded on her way to the net. Good defensive play that time by Brecky. And forces a little soft backhand from Rooney that Shimego covers easily.
Some dangling from Rooney there. That's some crafty stick work, holding onto the puck. I don't know how she did so, but she got to the net. Soft attempt, but looked good.
Looked good. Good move. Played up the wall, and now it'll be out to center. 9 minutes to go in the second period. No goals of yet. Long pass hit the skate of Rapace. Didn't go anywhere from Red. She'll pick it up again. Play up the wall for Rooney. That leave the zone? No. Dartmouth to say it was onside. Now it's out to center. Corbs across for Tabano. And they'll dump it in. Just the one goal so far. It's Eleni Tabano's, her fifth of the season. Came on a screenshot from the high slot area. As now Rapace might have gotten away with a hold there. As it's out to center. And then we get a whistle. And we are going to get a hold. Who's it going to be on? Who are they going to get? Might be retaliation.
I don't think it might be Rapace. His hand went up right at the play as soon as you mentioned it. So you're right. I'm wrong.
Well, Hodge, I didn't want to say it, but you are in fact wrong.
Well,
and it's going to be, I believe, it's retaliation. I think Rapace had a hold of Corbs, and then Corbs returned the favor. The referee only saw that, and that's where the penalty comes. You see it all the time.
And oftentimes, that's it. You don't catch the first one, and as soon as you go and retaliate, you get caught.
I'm sure you've had your share of retaliation penalties.
Me? No.
No, not you?
Never me.
Never in lacrosse.
Never, no.
What were your penalties like?
I don't remember having any penalties. I don't think
You never took one?
I took a couple, but
All right. Here's a chance for RPI.
but not retaliate.
Not retaliate. Okay, good. I'm glad you're able to keep a level head. 0 for 2 are the Engineers on the man advantage. Another penalty coming up here as Tomlinson was dumped in front of the net. Slap shot coming from Kimmerly. Now the Engineers want to give the puck away. It's going to be a slash, and the Engineers will have a minute 36 of 5-on-3 power play time coming up.
I like that.
There's a strategy there.
I do like that. You know, every time I see that, I say to myself, just give the puck away. Let's get that 5-on-3. Open up the ice and maybe get a better look.
Now the opposite, or the alternative there is you play
Well,
6-on-4.
Yes, Solander came to the bench, but
yes.
they want that 5-on-3 look.
They want the 5-on-3. They're going to get it for a full minute 36. It almost looked like the Big Green didn't want to touch the puck. So you're going to give it to us? We're not going to touch it, but the whistle went.
The puck was on fire. Nobody wanted it. Hot potato. Hot puck.
The slashing call is going to go on the goaltender, Shimego. So 5-on-3 for RPI. Here's Kimmerly. Trying to feed it out in front. It's loose in the crease area still. Back out to Kimmerly. Big chance here for RPI. Bohonic across for Kimmerly. Back to Bohonic. Down low, a centering pass. It's at the side of the net, and Shimego kept it out. We get an early whistle. Tomlinson doesn't like it. They're going to draw it up again. Important to keep the play in the offensive zone if you're RPI here for this full minute 16 now of 5-on-3 time. If you obviously want to score, but can't do it if Dartmouth's able to win a draw and clear. And then another clean win here. Kimmerly. Bohonic. Back to Kimmerly. Back to Bohonic. A shot that skips wide. Horwood plays catch with Kimmerly now. Bohonic. Kimmerly. Holding. Horwood down low. Centering pass. Sliding play there by Narana. And now Bohonic. Thrown in front. That one hit, I believe, Shimego on its way through. 45 seconds to go on the 5-on-3. Across. Bohonic. One-timer shave Shimego. Rebound put in front. Kept out. What a defensive stick there. Haley. Noronha.
I thought it was in. That was a.
Noronha kept it out.
That's a fantastic job keeping it out of the net.
That one was on the goal line. It was behind Shimego.
Shimego was on her back.
Right, she was, and it was a great play.
Wow.
By the junior. Noronha. Still another 35 seconds to go. This time Dartmouth wins the draw, but when you have a two-man advantage, you can just throw bodies at the puck. That's what the Engineers do to work it free. Thomas. Saucer pass across for Apache. Second unit, or other unit, I guess. There's a drive and a save by Shimego. She has been rock solid so far. Engineers up to 19 shots in this one. None have gotten past the senior netminder.
That was quite a bit of puck movement there to get a nice open shot, a nice hard shot. Let's see, they got 17 seconds here on the advantage here on the power play. Here we go.
Another 14 seconds to go on it. Wren, Rapace, back to Wren. Down low, back to Wren. Wrist shot coming high and wide. Thomas towards the point, Rapace. Now Wren. One of the penalties about to expire. 5-on-4 now for 22 seconds. Pass to Rapace, has to track it down. Kicked along and cleared, but right into a teammate. Second effort. Gets the job done. That was Noronha again. She's had a great kill here for this extended power play. Wren skating in with it. Pulls it back on her back end to the far side, out of the box. And racing back to the defensive zone was Falzone, but play comes right back the other way. Falzone on it. Just out of the box after serving that penalty for Shimego. Shot went wide. As they move it in. Falzone again. Out to center. She'll have to touch up as it's dumped in by Bracken. Played along. in deep by Hayes. At the back of the net, Bracken has it there. RPI 0 for 4 on the power play, including a long 5-on-3. Still down 1. And now a nice move inside. Good defense from Bohonic, as it was a little dipsy-do from Ottenbright to get free. Then tried to throw it out in front of the net, but Bohonic was there defensively. Romboat across through traffic. That one skips wide. There's a collision and a couple of players go down, but we play on. Incidental contact, they say. Tremblay ahead, on for Grigsby. Tremblay crashing to the net and softly enough on goal where Chimego can cover easily after laying the paddle of the stick along the ice. 4:24 to go, second period. Still 1-0 Dartmouth. Despite the onslaught from the Engineers, shots are 20-13 RPI, thanks in part to that 5-on-3 power play, Hutch.
Yeah, there was a, let's back to this play here. The defensive effort there by Shaughnessy on Dartmouth. That was a pretty nice defensive play there.
Winning the draw, Big Green. Rooney, a quick try off the scrum. Off the glass towards center, past Iwanski. And now Kimberly has it knocked off her stick, but backing up the play was Iwanski. She'll cross center and dump it in. Chimego thought about playing it, then goes out and does. Working it up the wall. That hit a leg and controlled by Rooney with some space. Fed towards goal. Rebound, a jam try. And we played behind by Oros. Rooney almost creating something out of nothing. As now Moyer will move it to center. And she'll dump it in, but they're offside. The late offside as both Moyer and Turner touch up. And this will be icing the other way. RPI rushing things, and they really didn't have to. 3:34 left in the second. 1-0 Dartmouth leads. You're watching RPI Women's Hockey on RPI TV. We thank you for joining us on this February evening. It's gotten chilly.
It's cold
in the capital region. It's a very cold February evening. I'd like to welcome all of you inside the field house. There's a shot that deflects from Tabano, who's been all over this game so far. She has the game's only goal. As it'll be shot down. They wave off the icing early. Corbs for Dartmouth. St. Ange on further through the legs of Baker. But she'll carry on further anyway. Drop pass, top of the circle. St. Ange and a toe save made by Solander. Good combination play there from the Big Green. Not a lot of 5-on-5 chances in this one. The goal, as I mentioned, came from a long shot, came from the high slot area, but there was a good screen by Lopez on Solander. That one skips off the stick of Solander and in. Romboat with the shot, and Solander's going to want that one back. It looked like a easy enough save. She got her stick on it, but instead of deflecting it into the corner, it ramped up into the net.
Yeah, you can tell by her body language she wants that one back. I think she saw it the whole way, got her stick on it, and didn't get the result that she wanted.
This becomes a bit tougher here for the Engineers. They're down 2. Here's Romboat. These last 2:37 could be telling here as to how this one's going to end up. And the Engineers respond. Still a whole period left, however. Bracken, slap shot coming, saved by Solander, and no rebound here. She will hold on. You talk about momentum. The Engineers were able to kill off the penalty. They got some scoring chances when they killed off a penalty. Then Dartmouth kills off the 5-on-3, and all of a sudden they're attacking, and they create the second goal of this game.
And they get a big stop, and they create, and yeah, it pays off for them. RPI against the ropes. We really need some magic here.
Absolutely. Let's see if Grigsby can provide it. Maybe a 2-on-1 with Tremblay. Here comes Grigsby into the zone. Pulls it back. Takes a wrister. It's blocked away by Tabano once again. She's having quite a game. Up the wall, Tremblay had it for a moment. Carried on the other way by Hill. Sydney Hill in. Tried a little move around Iwanski. Back to the point. Gathered there, Tabano. Corbs had it for a second, stolen away by Tremblay. Tried to find Grigsby, couldn't quite steer it the right direction. It'll be shot back in. So Tabano with a goal and an assist tonight. For Ramboat, that's her 4th goal of the year. As Tremblay skates to center with it, shoots it off the leg of Naranja. And it'll be picked up on the other side by Horwood to the slot, making a move, Wren. Whitney ran in. Or make it Hilwa, rather. Trying to dig it out of the corner was Rooney. Fed on through, out to center. St. Ange pushes it past Rapace. Still St. Ange, as it's gathered up there. Nearly a hand pass. Well, we get one. 1:06 left in the second. 2-0 Dartmouth leads, and a hand pass on the Engineers will force a face-off in their own end.
Well, you know, we could think about the last matchup of these two teams. January 14th was a 2-1 win for Dartmouth.
Yep.
Right now, RPI can't afford another loss then this season.
No, absolutely not. There's a wrister wide. And you're going to see the Engineers come out with a lot of fire in the third. They can't steal one back late in the second. Center ice connection. Here's Rooney. One of the seniors on this team. Playing for her playoff lives. It's flipped off the back of the net by Rapace. Through center ice, Lopez. Lopez trying to make a move around Wren, and Whitney Wren did just enough to deny the scoring chance. Now Rooney again with 27 seconds left in the second. Held up on her way into the zone, but Wren did the job getting it deep. Tabano to center, gathered by Iwanski, flipped into the zone. Here's Corbs. 6 seconds to go in the period, and Dartmouth, I believe, just iced the puck. And we'll have a whistle here. One more face-off coming with 3.8 seconds left. And if the Engineers can work something up here, maybe get a quick shot off the face-off. That's the goal here.
That is the goal here. And that would be huge moving into the third period with a little momentum your way and saying, hey, we're still in it. We still got some fight left for us.
And by no means is this one over, and by no means is the season over. If the Engineers don't win here, they just make it a bit tougher a climb as the puck comes off the draw, flipped ahead by Tabano, who certainly doesn't want this game or this period to end. She has been spectacular so far along the blue line, senior for Dartmouth, as has Robin Shimego. She's turned away all 22 RPI shots so far through 2 periods. And RPI is going to need a big third, Hutch.
Yes, they are.
If they want to come back.
I want to apologize to everyone listening. I didn't make it, I didn't want to seem like.
No, I said the same thing. Don't worry.
So,
no, I know exactly what you mean. No, but it's a tougher road. 2 ranked teams next weekend. You got 2 teams who are struggling this weekend. That's why the assessment was made that these are 2 big games that the Engineers would most likely need to win. Now, if the Engineers can win next week, they can also seal up a playoff spot. And tomorrow's game a little bit bigger than this one, just due to the fact that they're playing Harvard, which is the closest trailer to the Engineers for that final playoffs position. But with that, we will step aside and be back with the third period. You are watching RPI Women's Hockey on RPI TV, where the Big Green lead 2-0 after 2.
Emilio is proud to support and feed RPI.
Oh, I know. These things are.
Okay,
Hey, put the copies down. We don't know how much we can
do
like 2
Lions Wake Chocolate Bucket competition.
Just do
Person whose puck lands closest to center ice will be the winner.
Noah, 4.
We'll count it down for you. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Chuck your pucks.
It's a momentum meter.
Like the game is up. The game is up. Oh, the game is down.
Anybody else?
Is there another headset in there?
No. Hope you guys have some for free guns. They're terrible.
What?
But I hope you guys have some good
Yeah, we
ones for
have.
free guns. These are terrible. I know, they're wrong. This is all we got.
Oh, we could actually
We're going for windows.
use ours like more often. Bring it up.
Do you have connectors?
Yeah, I can just grab a part of these ones. Back in.
Yes, Vegas. Tomorrow, Stewart's ad. Oh, that's sad. Everybody loves Stewart ad.
You went to the grocery store?
No, quick stop at Stewart Shop. I got all of it there.
All this on basketball night? Nice.
This'll get her down.
I'm impressed.
Thanks, Mom. This is my favorite. And so easy. I don't even need a knife.
These are good.
I got a great spaghetti dinner for under $9 at my Stewart Shop.
We'll go over our storylines. Against you. They already beat them once this year. That was the first ever win. Union, Harvard's first time Union's ever beaten Harvard this year at their place. Show. Get some goals here. are just about ready to start the third period. RPI in a relatively decent-sized hole the way Robin Shimego has been playing in this game. They're going to need a couple goals at least in the next 20 minutes, try to send this one to overtime. Or if they'd like, get all three and send these
Finish it
Troy
there.
finish it right there. Send these fans home happy here in Troy. As we're underway in the third, poked loose. Laura Horwood had her stick held for a moment. It's played on out to center ice by the big green. St. Ange on her way into the offensive zone. To the point, Corbs connects there. To Bono, shot deflected over the top. It'll be lobbed out to center, where it's gathered in by Corbs. Baker up the near wall. And that one will hop into the bench. And we'll get a face-off here, 19-15, just 45 seconds into the third. RPI down a couple.
Kimberly just saying hello to her teammates there on the bench, and she kind of got pushed over there as the puck went just into the bench.
Played along. Again, it's gonna be in the bench.
And there it is again.
Yeah, just doesn't want to leave. Kira Bombay, the backup goaltender, manning the door along the near side. Now we get a puck played along by Lopez. Here's Kennedy Ottenbright in the corner. Wrap poke check from Owanski. Knocked away. Thomas. He got decked. The puck comes free to the near side. Kimberly. Back behind. Here's Kristen Owanski. Outlet pass off the stick of Rapace. Fired right back in by Bracken. Dartmouth making it tough for the Engineers to build any kind of momentum as they keep just swatting the puck in the RPI zone and making the Engineers start over from scratch 200 feet away. Here's Rapace. Pulls it out of the corner. Takes a shot fluttering on goal. Blocker save by Shimego. Now Brecky to center. She'll dump it in. Wren. Past Hayes out to center, then shot right back in by the big green. This is the kind of play you want if you're leading by a couple of goals. Now Raspa falls down in the slot. Gets some help from Whitney Wren. She'll stick handle to center, lost the handle, but it goes right to Hayes. Megan Hayes into the offensive zone, fires in from center ice. Trying to work it down low with Schwalbe. Played along by Shaughnessy. Bottled up there along the wall. That was Bohanuk who kept the play alive. Now Ferroli, wrist shot coming. Blocker save by Shimego, who saw that one through a number of bodies. Losing an edge and going down there was Baker. Engineers can't make them pay as the puck fluttered to the corner. Up the glass all the way down the ice. This should be icing on Dartmouth. And they get the whistle despite the best efforts of Mackenzie St. Ange, senior from Stowe, Vermont, who is trying to beat it out. We'll have a face-off in the Dartmouth end. Still up 2-0, 17:20 on the clock. You're going to break this one down into chunks if you're RPI. Try to get a goal in the next 5 minutes and then do it again.
One step at a time.
Can only score once at a time. Here's a shot by Owanski and a save by Shimego on the stick. And now we get a penalty coming up. Looks like it's going to go on Dartmouth. Rooney. Tomlinson. Turning. Working it down low. Here's Rooney once more. Extra attacker on for the Engineers as we get a touch of the puck. And RPI will go on the power play for the 5th time. It's going to be a hold. It's going to go on Baker.
For the 5th time, let's we really hope to connect here on this opportunity. It's big time with plenty of time left to strike a comeback, and we'd like to get the ball rolling right here, right now.
Face off in the Dartmouth zone. Rooney. Bohanuk thought about a wrister. No. Back to Kimberly. One-timer. Bohanuk half fanned on it. Here's Horwood. holding. Kimberly waiting. Trying to hand it off to Bohonic. It was partially deflected. And now Tomlinson once more. Back to Horwood. Kimberly. Horwood. Minute 26 to go on the RPI power play. 16:20 left in the third. Trying to feed it into the middle for Bohonic. It's intercepted and cleared by Romboat. Both teams make changes on the special teams units. RPI on its 5th power play of the evening, which includes a long 5-on-3. Now a backhand pass off the mark from Grigsby and allows the Big Green to clear again. Naranya doing the job. Whitney Wren for RPI, starting things up. Dartmouth has been a tough nut to crack for RPI over the years. 6-16-1 overall are the Engineers in the all-time series. Clearing effort does the job all the way down. 32 seconds left on this power play for RPI. Haven't gotten much going. Here's Rapace. Into the offensive zone. She'll chase it down herself. Played around for Schwalbe. Engineers are going to need to be sharp for the remainder of this one. 15 minutes to go. Still 10 seconds on the power play. Schwalbe. Grigsby had it run on her. Kept in nicely by Bohonic. Now Schwalbe down low. Walking in, a save made. And out of the box comes Baker. Dartmouth kills it off. This would be icing, but Baker's going to win the race. And negated easily by almost the full zone's worth. She had a head start, however. She came flying out of the penalty box. Looking to cycle now, just off the bench. This is foul zone. Baker drops it back to the point. Bracken, high shot off the face mask, and they score on the rebound. It's Tabano again. She's had a factor in all 3 goals, including 2 tallies herself. And it's a 3-0 game. Perfect timing flying in from that far point. The shot caught Solander up high in the mask. And Dartmouth extends its lead to 3-0.
Yeah, and that's unfortunate. Solander, I mean, taking it right off the mask there, kind of looked a little dizzy and orienting herself again to gather up the rebound shot there. That's a tough one.
So Tabana was able to do what Turner was not in the first period, and that was bang home a rebound on the backhand at that far post. Exact same spot that Turner had a chance. But the senior, Tabano, was able to bury it, her 2nd of the game and 6th of the year. So RPI now down 3-0. Here's Corbs, off for Tabano. Trying to chip it out to center. Carried on further. Here's Ottenbright. Takes a shot. Save made Solander. Rebound pushed behind the goal. Ottenbright trying to hand it off. Taking a whack there was Romboat from Horwood. They play on. Moyer in the corner. Ottenbright. She's wrapped up by Bohonic, or make it Sepper rather, and Sepper comes away with it. Katarina Sepper stick handles to center ice. She'll backhand it in deep. Engineers really need one now in a hurry. Here's Kimberly. Her outlet pass is intercepted by Turner. Bracken. And now Shaughnessy back to Bracken. Another pass intercepted right in front. That time was broken up by Hill. Out to center, played it back to Shaughnessy. And now St. Ange. Kimberly for RPI. Carrying through center ice. Lost the handle. And now shot right back ahead by Naranya. Too far out in front of the intended target. This will be icing.
That'll send it back to the other end. Hey, you know, Perry, there's just one thing, you know, it just kind of crossed my mind. The credit that these student athletes don't receive, I mean, you got to keep in mind that they are student athletes. They put in a long week in the classroom here. I mean, it should be noted.
Absolutely, and especially for, Dartmouth traveled yesterday, so I'm sure they had work to catch up on, and RPI was in class today, of course, and here they are competing on a Friday.
Give credit where credit's due.
Sure. 12:15 left in the third period. Puck out to center, tracked down by Thomas. Here's Rapace. Carried on by Baker. It'll be played along for Grigsby. Trying to hand it up the wall. Wren had it for a moment. Turns back towards her own zone. Grigsby throws it right back into the scrum. Into the zone now, Baker for Dartmouth. Centering pass, it is skate. Caroms out towards the blue line. Picked up by Tomlinson. Ahead for Grigsby. Tracks it down off the wall. She backhands it in front. Off the mark for Horwood, and it'll send Baker back the other way all by herself. Makes a move on her backhand, put it wide. As pressure came from both sides, from Kimmerly and Bohonic. Here is Amanda Kimmerly off the end wall for Bohonic. As we come up on 11 minutes to go in the third. Good connection to center. Here's Horwood. Trying to stick handle her way into the zone. Hits the back of the net. And now Tomlinson fed towards goal. Easy stop there with her leg against the post from Shimego. She'll hold on.
We're hoping for a rebound on that shot.
Looking for it, but again, good rebound control from Shimego.
Who's been seeing the pucks seemingly all night.
She has been, and she was rock solid in the team's previous meetings this year. And a 2-1 win. She had just 17 saves, so that number up here this evening. 28 for 28 so far. Chipped in, another stop it'll go down as, although it was from center ice from Iwanski. Puck moved out to the neutral zone. 3-0 Dartmouth as we approach the halfway point of the third period. Kind of felt like the Engineers needed to pick up that first goal if they were going to come back in this one. Now it's a tall task. Here comes Hill. Drop pass there. St. Ange throws it through, wide of goal. And now Grigsby to center. Played across, glove down. Engineers are offside. It was Thomas who's trying to break into the zone. Rapace will track down a loose puck and settle. Across for Thomas. She'll fire it in off the glass behind Shimego. Now Tabano. 2 goals and an assist for the defenseman, Eleni Tabano. Right now, her opening salvo is the game winner. The Engineers can't pull one back. Center ice skips off the stick of Rapace. It'll be gathered up by Tabano. Across for Corbs. Moving it out to center. Engineers swarming the puck there. Finally comes loose to Corbs. Tabano has some room. Indirect off the wall for Baker. Too far for her. Gathered by Horwood. Good pass for Rooney. Katie Rooney poked away by Corbs. Engineers back into the zone. It's Horwood. She's bumped off the puck by Rambo. And now Tabano. Off the glass, center ice. Good connection here. Ottenbright in. Shot coming. Saved by Solander. She does not allow a rebound.
You see Horwood skating pretty hard here. I mean, that's the kind of leadership you need from your captain at this point in the game. I mean, you're down 3 goals, and she's skating. I mean, she's doing a good job leading her team right now, even though they are in a hole. But you like to see that from your captain.
Out comes Hayes, trying to chip it around Bracken. And she does a nice job to at least get the puck deep and try to create a 50-50 battle for it. Iwanski keeps it in at the blue line. Played on further. 8:18 left, third period. Kicked at by Hayes. Schwalbe to the blue line, just barely kept in. Or good reaction from Iwanski just to flick the stick to keep it in the zone. Now Hayes walks in, shot was blocked. Fell to her stick. In a good shooting spot there, right between the circles. But it never got to Shimego. High off the glass, knocked out of the air by Wren. Thought it may have been played with a high stick. Not the case. Picked up there by Landers. Thought about a little fake wraparound jam try, and holding the post was Solander. Shot to Grigsby. She'll skate it in and fires. Might have been headed wide, but Shimego made the save anyway. Bouncing puck, played towards the point. Here is Rapace. Shot coming, and that one skipped just wide. Grigsby off the end wall, past Thomas. Dartmouth trying to clear it out, kept in by McKenna Thomas. She goes down to a knee. Puck to the circle, try to throw that in front. That's Bohanek all the way in down low. Empty net for RPI. Grigsby fires wide. Fed right through the slot. It'll be moved out to center. Engineers pull their netminder with 6:45 left in the third period. And now a penalty coming up as an Engineer was tripped, and we're going to get a 6-on-4 here if the Engineers keep the netminder pulled. They're going to get a slash. They might get Hilwa here. They're pointing at Hilwa. It is going to go on RPI. That's a big call in this game. 6:53. Noah. Goalie was off at 6:53.
RPI penalty number 26.
He's going back in now.
2 minutes for slashing. Time under penalty 13 minutes 27 seconds. RPI penalty number 26, Lindsay Hilda. 2 minutes for slashing at 13:27.
Puck to center ice. Engineers now in the kill. Will send Solander back to the net. Shots are 31-20 RPI, but they trail 3-0. Around the goal. Back up top they go. Shot in, saved by Solander again, and it was Tabano. Another one hammered wide. And fanning on the point blank shot and throwing it through the crease was Turner. Dartmouth power play 0 for 2 so far. As this one's fluttered wide by Tabano, looking for the hat trick. Came into play tonight with just 4 goals on the year in 24 games. Already has a couple here this evening and an assist. Tabano at center. Bracken on for Baker, makes a move around Raspa. 3-on-1 down low, and Baker lost the handle. Still has the wherewithal to throw it right through, but nobody waiting, except for the defenseman, Naranya, who came off the bench. Corbs fires one through, it was blocked by Rapace. And now Baker. Corbs gets it back, fakes his shot, across for Baker, down low. Turning and throwing it through, and good tie up there by Iwanski. He may have saved a goal. Or make it Raspa. Or was it Thomas?
A lot of bodies down there. A lot of bodies down there.
Whoever it was tied up the stick. It was Marissa Raspa on the back door. Doing her job on Naranya. Would have been a tap in for Naranya. If not for the play of Raspa.
That's a toughness play right there.
Especially for your forward on the penalty kill. I guess you're all penalty killers there when you have 4 of you, but a big time play to keep this one a 3-goal game. Tabano drops it back for Bracken. Tabano again. Shot coming high and wide from Tabano, who's firing from all angles now. out of the box. 0 for 3 out of the big green on the power play. Good poke check by Bohonic. 4.5 to go in this one. We'll probably see Solander off as the Engineers rush up ice. There she goes. Thomas in, poked away. Played far side. And on comes Turner, flipping it towards goal. Kimmerly. They'll work it up the wall for Horwood. 4:19. Here is St. Ange with an empty net, and she finds it. 4-0 Dartmouth on a goal by Mackenzie St. Ange, her second goal of the season. And RPI does not pay off for the extended extra attacker play as Dartmouth scores just about 20 seconds into that, maybe 30 seconds in.
Buries it from just about center ice there. We need something here from the Engineers.
4-0 with 3:46 left. Now the Engineers have left Solander in. Here's Wren throwing it in front. Tremblay trying to find it. They scrap, and it's a save on the Bohonic as it's picked up there by Hayes. Poked free, a little toe drag from Wren. Kept it in the zone for a moment, but now it's Bohonic who carries it back in. Wren, no. Raspa. Here's Hayes. Solander staying put here with 3 minutes left. And it's played out to center, past to Iwanski, and now here comes Kimmerly to track it down. Into the zone, Raspa stops at the half wall, fed it in front, bounces out to the point. Iwanski throws him towards the net, it was blocked. And we have
Seemed like a rather a quick whistle there.
Yeah.
Wouldn't you say? I mean, the wraparound, it looks like the puck might have been free. Very quick whistle.
Shemega will take it. Now 33 for 30, or 32 for 32, I should say, turning away pucks this evening. It's a 4-0 Dartmouth lead. Making tomorrow night's game against Dartmouth all that much bigger for RPI. Here's Raspa. Chipping it in. Shemego off for Bracken, nearly gave it away. Hayes does enough to just keep it alive in the offensive zone. Now Tabano. This one trickling wide of Shemego. Now Tabano. Ottenbright. Ahead for Romboat. Behind the net. To the far side, it's Lopez. Picked away by Hayes, and now Tremblay. Just a minute 30 left in this one. And little doubt here. Dartmouth's going to pick up its 6th win of the season. An elusive 10th victory for RPI. We'll continue. We'll have to wait till tomorrow. 3 o'clock start against Harvard. In a game that will go a long way into determining who makes the playoffs as that 8th seed. Bouncing puck towards the line and out to center. Bracken throws it off the linesman's skate. Landers. Back to Bracken, and now Baker. Rolling puck behind the goal. Sepper for Bohonic with 45 seconds left. Stolen away. Baker walking in. Bouncing puck. And it'll be carried to the corner and just played behind with 37 to go. Bohonic off the boards. Intercepted by Landers. Sepper in the corner. Here's Bracken. Pulled it out of the zone. That's offside. And we'll draw a whistle with 21.1 left.
And that's, you always say tomorrow is going to be that much of a bigger game, Harry, but they're all big games here at RPI.
That's true. No, that's true. Face off. Worked out to center. This should be icing. Well, they wave it off. Trying to glove it down was Nowatzki, and she ended up inadvertently knocking it into the Dartmouth bench. 9.2 seconds remain. Dartmouth's going to pull out a win here, 4-0. Over RPI, they'll improve to 6-19-0. As a horn sounds, ending this one. Fourth league win for Dartmouth. They're now 4-15-0. RPI now 9-20-2, 6-12-1 in the conference, and they'll have to turn things around tomorrow against Harvard, who is in action tonight at Union. Be an important one to watch. Union picked up its first ever victory over Harvard earlier this year in Cambridge. Right now it's 2-0 Harvard over Union. So the Dutch women not helping the Engineers out so far this evening. Colgate also leads Brown 6-3. And Yale leads Cornell 2-1 in the third. Any final thoughts, Hutch, before we send this one out?
Well, I mean, we look forward to tomorrow. You can't hang your heads. You got to, get back on the horse. You got a big one tomorrow, and hopefully come away with one win this weekend.
Needing 2 points desperately now. The Engineers will look to find that tomorrow against the Crimson. Once again, your final score here was Dartmouth 4, RPI nothing. You've been watching live coverage of RPI women's hockey on RPI TV.